Thank you everyone for making it here. We will put this recording up on our site and on YouTube. But I just wanted to say hi. I'm Roxy or Roxana or Dr. Garcia or La Doctora Garcia, whatever you like. And I am a current PGY2 over at Stanford. I'm Latina and I'm queer and I have a disability and all of those things. But I think the most important part is that I really love physiatry, and I was interested. I was like very frustrated when I started my residency about how there like wasn't enough discussion about diversity, equity, and inclusion in physiatry. I mean, I think the national organizations are doing incredible work, but I felt that as a student kind of going through the application process, it was like really confusing and challenging, especially because away rotations like cost so much money, and I didn't know a lot of people applying into physiatry, and my school didn't have a PM&R program. And even though it was like an incredible school and we had a lot of contacts, I wondered what it was like for other people, maybe who are underrepresented or who don't have a physiatry program at their school. I just wondered how much more challenging it probably is for them to like figure out what physiatry is and how to get involved. So I started representation in rehab with a couple of residents. I think I messaged Allison first over at UW, our VP. Yay, thank you, Allison. And then I think I must have messaged like UA and Stacy and Bethany and just so many other people. And then I started talking to some students like Adrian and Brandon over at UCSF, where I went to med school, and like somehow this whole thing got started. And then we have an amazing team that like really makes me excited for the field. So thank you for making it to our launch date. This has been like a really just like a passion project, I think, of all of us. And I'm just going to share my screen. We put together like a slideshow. A few of us will just be chatting, and then raise your hand if you have questions. We'll probably leave questions till the end. But I just want to introduce you to our org and all of the amazing people involved. So I'm going to share my screen, and then actually I'm going to unmute. I probably should have done this earlier. I'm going to unmute the leadership team, and if any of them want to chat or chime in at any time, they can go ahead and do that. Okay, cool. So let's share my screen. And here we go. Oh my gosh. Hold up. There we go. Okay. Take it away. I think it's UA up first.
Hi, yeah. My name is Yue. I'm also a PGY2 at Stanford with Roxy. So I'm one of the resident leaders for our outreach committee. Like kind of Roxy has mentioned, we started this organization late last year, and as the organization grew, it kind of made more sense because there's so many things that we wanted to work on and tackle that it made more sense to break everything down into different committees. So in terms of the outreach committee, I'm just gonna go over what are some major goals that we've been trying to work on and aim. The first one is to increase awareness of the specialty of PM&R among pre-medical and medical students. I know that I definitely did not know about PM&R until my third year of med school. And I think that experience is not uncommon among the other medical students. So, and certainly I didn't know anything about PM&R as a pre-med. So it's something that we've been trying to introduce more students about PM&R as a field. And then our second goal is to expand our network of PM&R physicians, as well as other providers and therapists who work closely with physiatrists. And that kind of goes along with our goal of highlighting the voices of many of our PM&R physicians who are underrepresented in medicine. We are also hoping to establish our presence at conferences. So far, we have been at a couple outreach events, including LMSA, and we are hoping to go to a couple of other conferences in the upcoming year. We're also planning to co-host events with organizations who share our mission and values. And in the next slide, Sydney will be able to comment on one of our exciting upcoming events in July. We're also working on advocating for representation, disability rights, as well as other current issues surrounding health disparities and accessibility. And then lastly, with the help of our media committee folks, we have been working on the Learn sections of our website, which would include a lot of useful material, things like anti-ableism in PM&R and anti-racism in PM&R. So that is upcoming, something to look forward to. I think next up are one of our medical leaders of the outreach committee, Sydney, will be giving more details about our current projects. Go next slide. Thank you.
All righty. Hey, everyone. My name is Sydney. I'm a MS3 at USF Morsani College of Medicine. And so just a little bit about myself quickly before I get into the slide. I'm also obviously interested in PM&R. I learned about it also pretty late MS2 for me. So I didn't really know about it, and I didn't really start kind of working to pursue it until like I entered third year. So I'm really excited about it in this organization to see where things go. So as far as me, I am the med student lead for the outreach committee. And so a few of our initiatives, right now we are reaching out to physiatrists, med school advisors, and pre-med advisors directly, just to kind of spread word about the organization, let them know about different initiatives we have, and just kind of, get the name out there a little bit more. Other active projects, we are maintaining a shared calendar, including a list of conferences throughout the year. So these not only, they don't only include the big PM&R conferences, they also include conferences that are applicable to PM&R, sports medicine, spine medicine, or anything that is PM&R related. So that's another initiative of ours. We're also planning an event co-hosted with UCSF Aspiring Physicians Program in July. So what that looks like is it's going to be a panel of about 4 residents. Those 4 residents haven't been decided yet, but there will be 4 of them, and they're just going to kind of provide information, ask or answer questions that pre-meds associated with UCSF have. And as of right now, we're still we have a date set July 6th, but we're still kind of figuring out logistics as far as who's going to speak, kind of the way it's going to go. So that's actually the next big initiative we have. So we're pretty excited about that. We're also working on content to be presented at future conferences. So every big PM&R conference, we're actually going to try to attend and just spread word about the organization, let more people know kind of what we do, just kind of let our presence be known to the PM&R community, whether it's physiatrists that are practicing or med students that are interested in the field. So that's coming up as well. We're also reaching out to PM&R interest group leaders at med schools. So I know I personally reached out to USF, my school, just and connected with the president. And he's super excited about working with the organization. But we plan to reach out to more and more of these interest group leaders and just connecting with them. Because a lot of these leaders, a lot of these organizations are mostly familiar with AAPM&R and AAP. So we kind of want to just, kind of like the rest of our initiatives, just spread the word. And I think if we start at the base level, as far as medical students that are might be interested or don't know that they might be interested, in letting them know about it, it'll help kind of get more people into the field. And lastly, we are working on the Learn section with the media committee. So that just involves a lot of very interesting statistics, a lot of which I was completely unaware of. And just by seeing some of the group members put some of these posts together, it's kind of shed a lot of light on the field, things that I never would have known otherwise. So just a really broad spectrum of things that we're doing in the outreach committee, a bunch of active projects. And since today is the launch day, we're kind of just getting things going in motion. I mean, they've already been kind of tracking along, but we're kind of just firing off on a lot of cylinders here. So Really excited for our initiatives, and if you're interested, have any ideas, want to help in any way, feel free to reach out to me or you or anyone else on the leadership.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Media committee.
Awesome. Thanks, Sydney. So I'm Allison. I'm a PGY2 at University of Washington, PM&R. So I'm one of the leaders of the media committee. So our main goal is to create content and create posts for social media, as well as content for the Representation in Rehab website. So some examples of things that we've been working on is just advertising representation in rehab events on Twitter and Instagram, such as this launch, and other events like the research and outreach committee are putting on. Also on our website and our social media, we have profiles of leaders in PM&R, especially those who are underrepresented or who are doing really important work in diversity and healthcare disparities. Also highlighting that research and disparities, as outreach committee mentioned, there's a learn section of the website, and we highlight some statistics every now and then on our social media to get those kind of conversations started. And we've also been putting up videos on our YouTube and our website of interviews with residents, explaining the field of PM&R and answering any questions from med students. So those are the things that we have, and some things that are going to be ongoing, which Jimmy can talk about in the next slide.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jimmy. A little about myself. I'm a rising fourth year at Royal College in New Mexico. I am on the media committee, as Allison mentioned, for this amazing organization, and essentially helping out with managing the website, as well as working on some of our media content. So some of the things that we've been working on is having a learn section, as UA, Sydney, and Allison have mentioned. This section is meant to highlight topics that aligns with our mission in representation rehab, such as anti-racism PM&R, anti-ableism in PM&R, and we look forward to not only updating these topics that we already have, but expanding these sections by including more topics such as gender disparities. Something else that we have been working on is having video interviews. I personally have a passion for photography and videography, and I brought forth this idea to this organization with Roxy and the rest of the leadership team about starting a series called People in Physiatry, where we highlight people in the field of PM&R, ranging from medical students interested in PM&R to residents to attendings to program directors to people who work alongside physiatrists, including PTs, OTs, orthotics, psychologists. So far, we have 2 videos ready for upload, and Allison just recently interviewed a speech language pathologist as well, so I'm super excited about that. So look out for those series for us. And we also plan on opening a discussion forums on Slack to expand our community. Our community is always looking for great ideas, but we look to hear from everyone else what you want to hear from us. So thanks everyone for joining us tonight, and looking forward to connecting with all of you. And I'll pass it on to research committee.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Sparsh. I'm a current MS3, rising MS4 at Texas Tech in Lubbock. Thank you all so much for joining. We're really excited. So I'm part of the med student leadership team on the research committee. So like many of the other committees, we're composed of residents as well as med students. And we really want to focus on helping you guys and other med students really to get research opportunities. You know, kind of like Roxy was saying earlier, we really understand that, you know, some schools may not have a home PM&R department or not even a lot of experience with research. So we're really happy to help and kind of guide y'all through that process with a bunch of different projects we have coming up. So we have a lot of upcoming events. We want to introduce y'all to the initial research, but then also tips on how to get more involved and kind of build connections and help our community grow. So so what are our goals basically? So some of our goals that we have, and research can be important for a variety of different reasons. You know, it can help you get involved with topics that you guys have of interest. You know, PM&R has such a wide scope. You know, there's pediatric PM&R, you know, there's interventional spine, you know, there's sports, there's cancer rehab. So whatever topics that interest you, we want to get you involved with. Also, it can help you kind of figure out what your career goals or aspirations may be. And especially with how competitive matching is getting each year, you know, it looks great on an application. So kind of just keep your eyes peeled for any upcoming events and opportunities that our outreach committee is going to be posting either on Med Twitter and definitely on our website as well. So some of our goals, you know, with how small the PM&R community is, getting the opportunity to meet mentors, but also peers, is extremely valuable. I can't tell you how much I have gotten to reach out to people this past year, you know, meeting some of the people that I'm going to be applying with, hopefully some of my colleagues in the future, and a lot of leaders that I hope to, you know, follow in their footsteps one day. It's our goal to help you get access to these opportunities. And we want to teach y'all all the different types of writing etiquette and tips. So we're going to have each of our webinars led by a resident and with the help of also a med student who's on our leadership team to kind of help guide those webinars and help y'all figure out what it is that you guys want to do. And kind of future plans that we have, you know, these future webinars will have one webinar that's over how to write a case report, another one that may be on different research topics that can maybe pique your interest. Also kind of figuring out where to begin, where to start. You know, it is a pretty overwhelming process on writing a case report. So we want to kind of help guide you all through that process. We also have a bulletin board where you guys can go check it out right now. It's on our website, and it's a place for you guys to fill out kind of a form, and you guys will get a little bit more information about this in future meetings. Also, one other idea we have for y'all is a journal club, and we'll be alternating that event with webinars certain months. And feel free to reach out if there's something that you guys find interesting or that you guys really want to present a certain month, and more information to come on that. So yeah, we're really excited. Thank you all so much for joining, and I'll hand it off to Roxy. Our next webinar series will be where do I begin and how to build a research question and start a search. So thank you all.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. So the next webinar, let me show you guys a couple of things. Maybe I'll do this. Hold up. So the idea is that if you go into our website and you log in, let me see if I remembered my password. Oh, perfect. You should be able to access our community member area. And this is something that we're actively working on, but it seems like you all found it if you were able to access the link to our Zoom meeting. But just to kind of introduce you to it, so there is a link on how to join the Slack on there. And if you are a physician, if you're an attending fellow residents, I see a few of you on here, and you want to be featured on our physician leaders page, there's a link to submit a profile. There's also a link to submit a research opportunity. This can be something as simple as a case report, a lit review, anything that you would like help with or that you want to share with our community. Then if you want to submit any research contacts or resources, basically lectures that you gave that you think are relevant for our mission. And I know that even at my institution that there are some people that you contact them and you automatically get connected with a research project just because they're so well connected. So if there's anyone you think that we should kind of keep on our kind of mailing list or that we should reach out to, just let us know. And if you're a medical student or pre-med, you click on this link to fill out your profile. that just helps us get to know you better. And of course, if you're an allied healthcare professional, we are trying to interview therapists, and we have our interviews with like rehab psychologists and all of that to basically give you an idea of how broad and interdisciplinary our field is. So if you are one of those people, just keep an eye out on this page because we're hoping to interview you. Our calendar is also there. We are not processing applications for our leadership team at this time, but we will soon, especially as some of our leadership team members especially as they start intern year, which is a really tough year. And there's also a link to just share our mission and site with colleagues and trainees. This is just how we build community. So here's just a quick blur with our flyers on kind of information that you might want to share with your school. And then if you look at the tabs here, there's a research opportunity tab, which is this one was created by our research committee. So here's a list of our webinars and the times, and then the Zoom links to them. We're going to have just some kind of fact sheets up here coming soon. To get access to our bulletin board, which is our research bulletin board, you just have to answer some questions. This will kind of give us an idea of like who's interested, and will just help us better connect you with opportunities, and more information on that to come as well. And let's see, what else is there? This is our page of all of the amazing kind of physicians that we have that we could that we kind of look up to and that are helping support us, that we're hoping to partner with research projects and all of that at some point. There's also a page on away rotations with like funding opportunities for underrepresented students, events, and our social media profiles. I am going to open the floor up for questions in just a second, but basically I am like super excited and super pumped to like just see everyone here and to basically make this like go live. We're hoping to grow, but like I think the hardest thing for us is really just building community, and we want this to be a resource. So we have some meetings with like upcoming national PM&R organizations in the next couple of months. And we're hoping to kind of partner with them on a couple of these projects, but we are really committed to staying a really trainee-driven organization. So we are committed to staying fairly independent because I think this topic of diversity, equity, inclusion is so important and so timely, especially with all the kind of horrible, terrible events happening in the news. And so we think that it deserves just a group to just kind of focus on it, and especially just to increase access to our field. So I'll just say, because that we do want allies here. So we have a lot of allies that are part of our community, and I think that's amazing, and that's like who we need, kind of relying on people who are underrepresented to kind of do this work is like not helpful for anyone. And so we do welcome allies, and we're really just so thrilled to have support and to just have everyone who has helped create this. Just so happy. Do we have any questions? If you raise your hand, I can unmute you, or you can ask a question in the chat. Or if anyone else from the leadership team wanted to say something, please like raise your hand and say something. Let me see if I can see the hands here. Okay. Okay, it seems like we don't have many questions. I think I showed you guys how to join the Slack. And remember, the community tab is like what you need. If you want to help us in any way, just email us. And we also do have a donate button because we are paying some wonderful consultants to help us with our website and make everything streamlined. So just share with as many people as you can, and maybe one of them will give us money. Okay, well, all right. Thank you everyone for making it. We really try to end on time, so I'm going to end a couple minutes early. But
Oh, Roxy?
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I did have one thing to add really quickly.
Yeah,
Sorry.
please go ahead.
Yes. So yeah, one person reached out about connecting me with their school's PM&R interest group. So anyone at any med program anywhere, if you have a PM&R interest group that might be interested in kind of collaborating, learning about the organization, feel free to message me or email me, or just send a message to the representation and rehab email, and we'd love to get connected and work on things. So yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sydney. Yes, we have gotten some of those emails. I mean, like, we're happy to partner with places to, like, put on a panel. We definitely are happy to connect with like our student interest groups and just talk. We were, when we first started, like hoping to get like a representation in rehab in like each school, and that would be an amazing goal. So if we can work towards that, that would be amazing. Anything else? Nope. Okay.
There's
So,
a question in the chat.
Oh, there is. Thank you.
Yeah, Colton says, where can I find your guys' contact information?
Oh yeah, let me just show you, Colton. So join, contact us. That is going to be one of the things that our consultant is helping with, is basically trying to make, we have a couple of them, is helping make this easier for everyone, because we are physicians, but we are not web designers. So if you go all the way to the bottom, you can message us. You can also this is our email. If you go up, I guess when you make an account, all of the icons at the top disappear. I'll have to fix that. But basically, that's our Gmail. And if you join the Slack as well, you can just message anyone on the leadership team. But let me put our Gmail on here. Here we go. You know what I mean. Anything else? No. All right.
Oh, Roxy, I have a question.
Yes.
Hey, I'm Jean-Luc. I'm an incoming PGY1 at UPMC.
Exciting.
So, hello from the East Coast.
Hello.
My question is really, do you have any materials or anything that I can help share with, programs on the East Coast, especially with I just graduated. So a bunch of us are going to like Mayo and a couple other places around, and we have a pretty diverse class who would be well represented by this community.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. This is truly how it happens. Yes. This is our page. It's like I'll put the link on here. And it's also, if you sign up for like an account, it's also under like home. It's probably, this is spread the word. Okay. It's there. This is one of the, as I've said before, we're not web designers, but it's there. And let me put the link on our chat as well. But this is like a very long wall of text and has a flyer, but basically we put as much detail on it because then you can kind of pick and choose as you like. I feel like people have mainly been sending like emails to help, like emails to like their like program directors and whatnot, introducing them to the organization. So this is kind of where I'll direct you. And yeah. Did that answer your question, Colton?
That's perfect. Thank you for your help.
Okay, cool. Let me find the chat and just like put it there, put the link there. Share. And then we have some like flyers at the bottom that you can download and whatnot. Yeah. Then that's it. Anything else? Also, if you are a resident and want to join our leadership team, just reach out to us, because I think it would be super helpful to have a resident at like each program represented, because yeah, that just would be absolutely incredible. Anything else? Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. I'll put this up on YouTube right now, and then we can put it on our site. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Great job, everyone.
Yeah,
Good job,
fantastic
Roxy.
job, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, Roxy.
Oh my God.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Have a good night. You guys were incredible.